Good evening, everybody. I'm Jackson Boland. Thank you for joining us, and you're watching K10 News at 10. Yeah, that's right, Brendan. As for tonight, there is plenty to celebrate. Plainview got off to a hot start, scoring 21 points in the first quarter. It was almost like the players were eavesdropping when we talked to Coach just a little bit before the game. When you think of the Me Too movement, you probably think of all the celebrities' names who have been associated with it. But it's important to remember how this movement is affecting the workplace. And amid this coronavirus outbreak, scammers are preying on our fears, cashing in by taking advantage of ways we're all trying to stay safe. What a finish indeed, Brendan. I mean, it was just one of those things you kind of had to see to believe. I saw it myself, and I mean, I still don't believe it. It was just that wild of a finish. After hearing some comments and concerns from pet owners, the Ardmore Parks and Rec Department has decided to divide its dog park. One area being for the larger dogs and another area being for smaller dogs. Well, it was quite the party here, Brendan, just a couple minutes ago. Confetti is all over the field right now, and I'm here with the man everyone wants to hear from, Coach Joe Price of the Plainview Indians. The Medill Police Department is urging people of Marshall County to be a little more careful whenever they use their credit cards to fill up for gas. The Davis football team, along with others outside Arbuckle Fried Pies, came away a little starstruck Friday afternoon as former Oklahoma Sooner linebacker Brian Bosworth made a guest appearance. The Boz was there on behalf of Dr. Pepper's Fansville campaign ahead of the Red River Shootout this weekend.
Man, it's been amazing. As soon as I pulled up, there was a line down the street, around the corner, and I knew those people had been there because they opened up at 7.
Bosworth isn't only a former Sooner, he's also the sheriff of Fansville, and for him getting the pit stop set up in Davis was something special.
It's a blessing to be able to come back home and be part of the just interaction with people, especially the fans.
The Boz hung around all day shaking hands and meeting fans. He even shared some of his best memories from his days competing in the Red River Shootout.
I mean, to me, that was one of the main reasons I came to Oklahoma, was an opportunity to play in the Cotton Bowl because of the rivalry. I'm born here in Oklahoma.
It was certainly a day and an experience that those who were there will never forget.
It's a little unreal. It's a little exciting to see him kind of in our town in this kind of setting where we're not used to famous people very much.
In Davis, Jackson Boland, K10 News. After a tragic 4th of July in which Turner Falls saw 2 drownings in 2 days, the park is taking steps to make it safer.
We've got new signs going up today. And what those signs are is warning. It's a picture depiction showing where you go from a shallower area to a deeper area, and it warns of steep drop-offs.
Despite a scary 4th of July weekend, people aren't shying away from visiting the park. Haval Cindy came to Turner Falls Thursday afternoon and is even commending the park for its safety efforts.
You know, a lot of people are probably scared now, but, it just shows you the maturity of the park and the people. They want to make sure everybody's safe,
Cindy says he always becomes a little more self-aware when visiting places like Turner Falls, so he doesn't become a victim himself.
I'm a pretty good swimmer, but, I keep my cautions. I know my limits. I know where I can go swimming, where I shouldn't go swimming.
The park currently has no lifeguards on staff, but it isn't for lack of trying.
We advertised, and nobody, when I say we can't get them, nobody applies.
Turner Falls isn't giving up. They're looking at other ways to bring lifeguards into the park.
We are looking into the possibility of and cost, and if it's even possible to contract lifeguards to a company.
In Davis, Jackson Boland, K10 News. The first Red River Shootout was nothing short of a classic, and for the first time in more than 100 years, the two teams are doing it all over again. The stakes may be higher with a Big 12 title on the line, but I found out the hatred toward each other is still the same.
They turned my stomach. I'm sorry. I just don't like Texas.
Most of the fans I spoke with today were Sooner fans coming from the OKC area, but one Longhorn fan I ran into was from a place no one would expect, Lincoln, Nebraska.
I've been a Texas fan since I was 8 years old. It's like the biggest game in a long time, so I'm just hoping we can beat them for the second time.
The Longhorns are looking for their first Big 12 title since 2009, and the Sooners are looking to play for something a little bit bigger than a conference championship. A win on Saturday could put the Sooners in the college football playoff, and one Sooner fan told me he's sure it will happen.
They'll be there.
What makes you say that?
Huh?
What makes you say that?
Because they're going to win.
Longhorn and Sooner fans may not have the same opinions on what they think the final score is going to be, but I was able to find some common ground between the fan bases. The horns down penalty.
It's petty. That is so snowflake, millennial. The Texas coach needs to grow up.
I think that they should let it go. Tradition, the long tradition states that they should be able to do it with that penalty.
In Gainesville, Jackson Boland, K10 News.